week or so ago, I told you guys that Tuya Smart Life were dropping the if this then that portion of their platform.
Why?
If you don't know what that means, it's a flipping nightmare. It means that this light switch over here that currently switches my Tuya Smart Life plug sockets off won't be able to anymore, because that isn't made by Tuya Smart Life. That light switch is made by a third party. They're breaking third party integration. This wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't for the fact that you already paid for it. I have a solution. I'm not going to tell you what that solution is just yet, we'll get into that in a moment. I just want to talk a little bit about some of the comments I received, because they're brilliant. Some people are saying that it's not Tuya's fault that if this then that put their prices up. And I'm not saying that's not true, but by how much? Nobody knows. Tuya Smart Life think it's $400,000 a year. If you're just gonna make up a number, why not $11 billion? I can see Tuya sat right now in a meeting room going, that Paul Hibbert's kicking up a bit of a stink, what should we do? Tell the internet that it costs $400,000 a year. Bollocks! The if this then that charging model is based on the number of Tuya users that sign up to use if this then that. Tuya are telling us the reason they're dropping if this then that is because they've got hardly any Tuya users using if this then that. If no one's using it, it's not costing you $400,000 a year, is it? I'm just not a big fan of fantasy bollocks, because if they were really being charged $400,000 for hardly any users, no one would use IFT. Philips Hue would have dropped it forever ago, Lifx would have dropped it, and I know there are companies that are dropping it. Perhaps they have put their prices up, but not to $400,000 a year. Companies need to stop selling you products telling us it works with this, this, and this, and then once you've bought it, go, not anymore. Please though, somebody with more time on their hands than me, take these people to court and say you can't sell people one thing and then peel services away from it. It's not okay. Tuya shouldn't do it, Philips shouldn't do it, nobody should do it. The other comment I got once or twice was, Home Assistant! Paul, haven't got a Home Assistant! You should have tried Home Assistant! If you had Home Assistant, you wouldn't have this problem! Home Assistant! Home Assistant! Home Assistant! Home Assistant! If you want to know my thoughts on Home Assistant, it's this. I spent probably about 10 to 12 hours trying to get it to control my BROADLINK RM PRO. It did not go well. You guys were all like, oh, you follow these instructions and it'll be fine. I was like, okay, I'll follow those instructions. It was not fine. Things did not go according to plan at all, and I ended up spending literally about 12 hours to accidentally wipe all of my work because I put a line of code in wrong somewhere.
Please!
And I know it's gotten easier since then, so I do want to give it another go, but I didn't want to make a video where I'm telling people, buy yourself a Raspberry Pi, now get yourself a Zigbee dongle, now get a Z-Wave dongle, now get an RF dongle, now spend 12 hours coding a Raspberry Pi. People will just punch me in the face, and I don't want to do that. I know you guys want me to give it another go, I know that you think I would be good at making tutorials for it, and I do want to try it again. And maybe, just maybe, that guy could get in touch and help me out, because he seems like a really awesome dude. If you've not seen Dr. Z's channel, he does the whole Home Assistant thing in spades. If he wants to give me a hand with that, we could do a whole crossover episode, like some kind of Marvel Universe thing for nerds. And he can help me understand it better. That would be great. And if he does, I can then try and give you my spin on it and teach you all the things I think would be useful to you in association with Dr. Z. So what's this non-nerdy fix I promised you? The non-nerdy fix is this. Basically, Tuya Smart Life have resellers that build their own kind of software around the Tuya software brand, so it's kind of like a reskinned version of Smart Life. One of these guys is this fella here, who is a brilliant, literally, a brilliant human being, because he got in touch and said, well, I have an if this then that connection that works with my platform, and my platform will accept the Tuya Smart Life products because it is a reskinned version of Tuya Smart Life that connects into my if this then that instance. So this guy has solved it for us, and he says he's perfectly happy for you guys to use his platform for free. All you've got to do is take your devices, reset them, and then use his app to add them to his app, and then use his IFT instance. It's as simple as that. This is an Australian dude with an Australian company, and seriously, his catalogue of products looks unbelievable. I'm not just saying that because he's doing us a favour and I'm trying to do him a favour in turn. I wish I was an Australian. His catalogue has got like gardening stuff in it and all sorts of smart home products that I haven't seen anywhere else. If these all use the Tuya Smart Life based platform through his service, and therefore if this then that, he could actually extend your catalogue of products quite substantially. I'll put a link down in the description to his products so that you can go and have a browse of those if you're in the land down under.
They come from a land down under.
In the meantime, we can use his service for free. He's not bothered. He says that he has renewed with If This Then That very, very recently, so even if they decided in a year's time, we're going to charge you $400,000, bollocks, if they decided that, we've still got it for a whole year. In that time, maybe we can all learn Home Assistant. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know you want to be notified when I upload videos. These amazing people are my patrons from Patreon. They keep these videos happening. Please come and be one of these guys at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I'll love you forever. These are my social medias, my Facebooks, my Twitters, and my Instagrams. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. Tell everybody that IFT now costs $400,000 a year. A week or so ago, I told you guys that Tuya Smart Life... Spit. I'll just spit everywhere.